Man, having low expectations really works because sometimes you might actually be impressed. I'm out, and y'all pull me back in. What's going on, everyone? RexBebop back again, and man, okay, y'all already know what you're here for. If you clicked on the video, we're gonna talk about some 2K25, and wow, it has been a monumental few hours, hasn't it? First the trailer drops last night, and then the actual information comes out today, which was a lot. It was a lot of information that actually dropped today. And let's just go over it from what really interests me. Let's go over what really interests me. First off, destructive LED. Apparently I'm guessing they took something from Fight Forever, because you could do this with the Tron at the top of the ramp in that game. So I guess they're like, okay, you're gonna do more damage to the LED barricade, and then it's just gonna break. Okay, I am down with that. Fine. There's a barricade move set. Also, intergender matches and maybe intergender titles. And I'm like, yo, you know what? Fine. I am completely fine with this. One, the intergender restrictions are finally up, so men can get in the ring with women if they want to now. So I'm like, okay. And I heard it's just like, if we get intergender titles, man, I already have tons of ideas for that. I have tons of ideas for this. 8-person brawls, new brawl environments. The NXT parking lot is now a stage you can fight in. Good, because they'd be fucking brawling at NXT all the dang on time in the back, man. It's ridiculous. Like, the parking lot is probably like Jump City over there. You will get your ass jumped in the NXT parking lot if you are not watching your back. So, good. Universe mode finally has an update, which is promos, and I'm like, finally. I just hope something else other than just like them adding promos and choices is actually added to it. But okay, this is a victory. I'm glad. And honestly, this is where I should have actually started off first. Showcase mode has no more slingshot technology. Hallelujah to Jesus, because this has been a criticism of mine every time I reviewed one of these fucking games. And you want to know why? Because honestly, if it's not full gameplay and it switches to real life footage, you get copyrighted for that shit. It's stupid, but they kept doing it. And this was a constant complaint of last year. Slingshot technology was fucking stupid. So now they're finally like, oh yeah, let's keep the gameplay going like it's 2K25, not like it's 2K15. Remember that? Straight up gameplay. You actually had button prompts in order to keep the cutscene going. So yeah, if it's something like that, fine, good. No more slingshot technology and what if scenarios. Good. And third person camera system when it comes to the island. Now, the island is something that I have been really like hesitant about, because it's like, I know what NBA Park and City are like. I've done research, and I am not an NBA player whatsoever, but I looked this up, and I'm like, they are going to steal money from everybody if this is a fucking thing. And you know what? It's a single player mode. It's a single player and online mode if you want to do either or. And I'm like, that's cool. That's great. We have an option if we want to do single player. That's fine. Because you know what? I'd rather have that anyway. Oh man, just you get to take on challenges, complete quests, compete in events, upgrade and customize your superstar through multiple storyline chapters, which is like, okay, they really did take inspiration from that. And the fight to join the OC Tribal Chief and Roman Reigns at the head of the table. So basically, we're trying to impress Roman Reigns on the island of relevancy. Alright, fine. It actually has some story. I'm fine with that, because it's like, okay. And man, like, this just looks good, man. Like, they brought back chain wrestling. They got the underground match in there, which is basically like, okay, lumberjacks, except like there's no rings around the ropes and shit. I'm wondering how this is gonna play. And we even see like a screenshot of there's a screenshot of like Sami Zayn, a copy and paste Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes in the screenshot, and I'm like, okay, they got the introduction. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So what my concern is just how is this gonna play is my question. And they got the Bloodlines rules, and this is a whole daggone thing, which is basically, Bloodline rules is basically a fucking no DQ match with interferences. So it's like, I wonder how this is gonna play. It just feels, the general vibe of this just feels like, okay, we stepped the fuck up again. It feels like an up, like not even just an upgrade, but almost like, I can't really think of the word right now, but it feels like they really are trying with this. You know, even my GM now has online mode, which I'm like, oh, and cross-brand shows now, and I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. I might actually do some actual my GM this time around, because I'm like, okay, not really for it. It's like sometimes my rise isn't people's forte, my GM is just like, okay, it just feels like kind of it's not all there just yet. I never really got into my GM like I kind of wanted to. It always feels like something was always holding it back. And my rise takes a weird turn from what I'm looking at here. Can control your custom superstar from the women's or men's divisions in a singular multi-gender My Rise storyline. I'm immediately having Red and Trey flashbacks. If my old channel was up and that compilation I did was still up, you would understand my concern here. But yeah, where Bayley, Kevin Owens, and other superstars infiltrate NXT in an attempt to take over the entire WWE universe, featuring new Brawl locations or environments, unlockable arenas, characters, and more. Jay, Bianca, Seth, and other superstars. So I'm like, okay, I just hope it isn't another goober with real talented friend who is basically a liar and manipulator, because that's what Red was. And God, this isn't not gonna go in it, not gonna go into it. But if you know, you know. If you weren't really paying attention, yeah, that's what Red was. She was. Trey was an idiot, but Red was a manipulator and a liar to him the entire time of their fucking friendship. And a 300 playable roster. Now I wonder how much of these are doubles or triples. Honestly, I just want to see the NXT roster, considering I watch NXT every week and I know who's on this show. I'm just like, I really, really, really am curious who's going to make the actual default roster list on this thing. But from what I've seen so far, this looks good. I can't wait for more information to drop. And I think I've even seen, heard or read somewhere that the current NXT's on the break because I'm watching it in the background right now. Shit. The Netflix Raw arena, the current Raw arena they have right now, is actually in the game too. I see the current SmackDown arena is in, so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, are they actually gonna give us updated shit like as we go on? And they're gonna have to because of the island. And I also, about the island I didn't mention before, is you need to be on current gen hardware in order to even play on the island. So yeah, finally, they were gonna have to cut a corner somewhere. It just reminds me of they did separate career modes for 2K15, if I remember correctly, and they like that is it. They did something completely different. They did who's got NXT mode or some shit or something like that. And it's just like current gen at that time. At that point in time, they had an actual career mode, while last gen owners had that. Yeah, 2K15 was weird. The more I'm thinking about that, but it's just like, yeah, you can't access the island if you don't have current gen hardware, which is kind of funny to me. It's like they were gonna have to cut a corner at some point, man. But honestly, I'm actually excited now. It's like, it's so weird. My only issue, even with all this, is like, is the creation suite gonna get an overhaul? Is it gonna have more is it gonna have not more roster space, but more cause slots? Is it gonna have more logo slots? Is it gonna have more of that? Is it gonna have more hairstyles, more of this, more of that? You see what I'm saying? Especially for the people who actually like update the game for community creations, and not the sickos who upload fucking porn on there. You know what I mean? But I'm tired of having just this limited amount of cost space when we should be further on than this at this point. So that's my only real concern. Like, the creation suite, when it comes to like cause, logos, arenas, are more arena parts gonna be given here and shit like that? Is it gonna work correctly? Because it's like I have not even touched a Create Arena in a long time, because it's just like it doesn't correlate to what I'm trying to make it do. So I always have to like download something off of Community Creations. So it's like, okay. But yeah, I'm actually thoroughly excited for what's going on with this intergender matches. Like, what the hell showcase mode is going to be with the what if and no more slingshot technology, jumping off the barricades, the LED, breaking the LED barricades now. It's like, damn, man. Like, I am really, even the island to a degree, and I have been someone who has been very, very critical of the island so far. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Okay? I'm still cautious of it, but it sounds cool. It sounds cool enough for me to give it a shot, at least a legitimate chance. Okay? Everything, man, like intergender stuff, the intergender titles, match types, and shit like that. It's just like I can kill Dom as Rhea if I wanted to now. I could give Nia Jackson RKO. Oh man, it's just like this just sounds cool, man. I just like, I'm not, and I have been on 2K's ass since their like return tour with 2K22. So it's like I know what to expect, but when they pull stuff out like this where it's just like, oh shit, you guys are actually pulling out all the stops, it's like, all right, I can't wait for March now. So yeah, we'll see what happens, and I can't wait for more info. But until then, I have been RexBebop. You guys take care of yourselves and be safe out there. Peace. Sees you when I sees ya. Yeah, man. 2K, you got me again. You fuckers got me again. You guys got me again, man. I swear, man. It's the black magic over there. Y'all use the black magic and some shit. But please, like, seriously, no seriousness though. Creative Suite. The Creation Suite needs an overhaul. That's my biggest issue. Among the island, being cautious about the island, the Creation Suite, we need more. Because every other creator I've seen on Twitter, I'm like, and they looked it up, it's just like, oh, they basically like, they ain't done shit. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, they have this at the very bottom. Oh boy. But seriously, we have a few more weeks before we even get to March. February isn't even here yet. So anything can still drop. So let's get to it, I guess. Again, guys, that's all I got. Y'all take care, and take care of yourselves and be safe and all that. Later.